Hello, welcome back.
Ah,
It's Tina from Via Feng Shui and Jeremy Bills from Create with Jay.
hi.
Jeremy, I can't believe we're just zooming through these months like this. And here we are again. We're talking about the energy update for October 2021.
Yeah, it's going a little quicker than I thought it would with that ox energy.
hmm Yeah, this rooster's like, scurrying around trying to get stuff done, squeeze things in. And so hopefully this shift that's coming is just, if you're tuning into this whenever, that it's just what you need.
Yeah,
So we're gonna navigate the astrology world today a little bit more than we usually do. Usually we bring in the flying stars a bit, but the month stars are aligning with the annual stars this month, so that'll just solidify. But what's so Jeremy is amazing at Western astrology and kind of being able to speak both languages, the Eastern and the Western. So we're going to spend our time tapping into the astrology aspects. Where do you want to begin? Because I know there's some big stuff. We don't talk so much about planets in Eastern astrology. We talk more about deities and stars, and the elements and animals. But in Western astrology, there's some big stuff happening. What's Speak to us, Jeremy, please enlighten us.
okay, well, recently we just had Mercury go into retrograde, and Mercury is the planet of communication. So, what it means for Mercury to go retrograde is that anything dealing with communication, big conversations between loved ones, making plans for trips, traveling, short distance travel, making sure all of the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, all of those last minute details. It's good to check and recheck all of those things. Mercury retrograde, um, the good thing about Mercury retrograde is it encourages us to do anything with the prefix RE: rest, relax, um, reset, revisit, restructure, any of those things, retreat. Um, because what it wants us to do is it wants us to go inward. It wants us to look at our indirect communication, not only between us and our minds, but also between each other. So
Yeah, that's a
that's
great,
that's
great
something
place.
that's really impactful for this month, and it's going to be going until the middle of October. Um, Also, we have six major planets in retrograde right now, and we
Mm,
have four of them, including Mercury, going forward the second week in October. So when I see a lot of retrograde energy, what I equate that to is someone pushing on the brakes. It's like we're going, and then someone pushes on the brakes, which is really perfect for the energy of this month in Eastern astrology, which is the young Earth dog.
hmm Yeah, young Earth dog. I always see young Earth as mountains. They're immovable, right? We got to figure out what are we going to do here? Are we going to sit and rest? Right? Are we going to readjust our path here? Because we're going to either have to go around it, over it. We can't wait for it to move because it's not moving. We can go through it,
Mhm.
under it. So it's just kind of sometimes we have to find a path that somebody else already took through that mountain range. And sometimes we are more adventurous and we can forge a new path so we get a different, higher perspective. Oftentimes, mountain lifts us. Think of it coming up out of the ground. Sometimes I feel really heavy with earth energy, but then other times it's like, no, it's really elevating. It's getting us as close to heaven or, the stars and the universe and these planets that you're talking about while we're still connected to earth, right? In kind
Yeah,
of a physical way. It just feels, gosh, when you're on top of the mountain, you've got a bigger perspective and a greater view, and you feel smaller you know, and all of that. So, yeah, that young earth energy is coming out of fire, which has been a little quicker the last
mhm.
couple months, a little more spontaneous. And now this, like you said, slamming on the brakes, it's like, okay, I picture like the pioneers coming across, and it's like, dang, here's that mountain. We knew it was coming. We heard about it. now what do we do? Do we set up camp for a while and stay put? So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool when the Western and the Eastern align like that.
Mhm.
And it's also really cool when they kind of balance each other out. Do you see that a lot in those two worlds?
Absolutely. I see so many similarities with the energies, just like we're talking about with Mercury retrograde kind of slamming on the brakes, moving from fire energy into earth energy. Earth energy is a lot slower than fire energy. Fire energy is kind of
Mm-hmm.
it goes a lot quicker. So when retrograde comes, it really does kind of slam on those proverbial brakes in order for us to kind of go within to take stock of what's going on.
Okay, now some of us are going to go, are you serious? That's all I've been doing all year is I feel like I'm just stagnant because of this ox energy. This ox isn't his master element is earth.
Yeah,
And so he's a little more slow go. And I don't know if I need any more breaks. I just, I was kind of hoping that fire energy would propel me. What's
right.
your advice for people who
Well, let's talk about the energy of the dog, because maybe that dog energy will kind of lighten things up a little bit for those that are a little bit worried about the young earth
Mhm,
energy coming. Because dogs, the image I get in my head about dogs is their favorite thing to do every day is go for a walk or go play or go run around.
mhm,
And when we're talking about the earth dog, the young earth dog, out of all of the five elements, this is the dog that likes to be the leader of the pack, not the follower.
mhm,
So the leader of the pack wants to lead. It wants to kind of chart new territories. It likes to kind of explore to see what it wants to do, but it likes to be playful too. So this month doesn't have to be all gloom and doom. It's just a chance to go inward to figure out where we want to play, where we want to explore.
mhm. I like that visual. In fact, I was kind of, as you're speaking, I'm visioning like even a pack of wolves, like the
Yes.
alpha dog, because he comes in, and
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but I think there's a dog in that pack that is more of a scout energy,
Mm.
right? Where they're kind of out in the lead and they keep a distance from the main pack,
Hmm.
where they're kind of out there looking ahead. So let me just describe the dog energy. The dog energy is all about home and family, and safety, protection, security. He doesn't like change. He's an anxious creature. And when we're talking about kind of slowing things down, I think that might comfort this dog energy. The dog's master element is also young earth. And that just speaks, even though, like Jeremy, you're saying that he likes to be out and about, but he likes to know where he's coming home to. He
Yeah.
likes to know that at the end of the day, everybody's in their place. I got my food, I got my water, I got my doggy door, I got my master, my owners, my people, my four-legged family or two-legged family, and everything is safe and secure. And so I think it's a really good time, not in a paranoia, conspiracy kind of way, but to really make adjustments as we're heading into the colder seasons. Tighten up the house, bring all the lawn furniture in, secure the property. Do like a guard dog would do. Walk around the house, look at things that might be broken that need your attention, just to shore up our physical space, because we know when our physical space is secure, then okay, that's all in place, right?
Hmm.
So it might be taking care of some of the mundane things also, that we can stay internal. Think of how meditative it is and internal it is when we're just out there raking leaves, right? Or putting stuff away in the shed. We kind of get in our head and we're just kind of lost in the moment, fixing things, cleaning out the garage so you can get the bikes put away and the cars pulled in for winter. To me, it's like more dealing with mundane things so that our overworking mind can settle and move into that restful Zen state naturally, because the mundane is kind of what we're used to.
Yeah. I think that looking at the visual of the dog and looking at how the energy is shifting from fire into earth, a lot of the changes that we're going to be experiencing in the month of October are going to be big changes because that young earth energy is kind of it's kind of earthquake energy is
Mhm.
the image that I get in my brain. So a lot of the fire, a lot of the yin fire, it's kind of the yin fire is kind of like lighting a match. So this last month of September, we've been kind of starting fires. We've been kind of looking for the new projects that we want to start. Now with this earth energy, we can kind of carry through with the things that we've started in September.
Mhm.
But if there is shifts, if there are shifts in October, they're going to be big shifts.
Yeah. There's four animals in the Chinese zodiac that have earth as their master element, and dog and ox are two of them.
Mhm.
And, even if, if you have your own four-pillar chart, if you have a sheep or a dragon in your chart, those are the other two. And so typically when we move into an earth animal, there is shifting. There is something that adjusts in our physical world, that makes us adjust our position. It makes us go, okay, this feels unstable. I better go stand over here. And then now
Mhm.
we have a different perspective. It's
Right.
not, sometimes it rattles us. Sometimes it's like, oh crap, I just figured out this is where I'm going to put my desk or where I'm going to stand for the rest of the year and my beliefs or whatever. Something will come along, shake the ground a little bit, and then we have to go check the foundation. Is everything secure?
Mhm.
Make sure we're safe. And then there's something nice about that ground shift. I wonder too if even like earth tremors, more of that, the earthquake stuff, this stuff. Because think of this kind of energy. Young earth is also Gaia, Mother Earth energy. And so,
Mhm.
what is shifting within her,
Yeah.
within this, that we're all going to feel? And I am seeing so much just in the last day or two. Now, this new energy comes in on the 7th of October. So we still have a little bit of this fire rooster energy. Let's not get too grounded too quickly. Let's stay in the moment and work with the energy that's present. But I'm seeing a lot of posts about, earthing, people connecting to the earth, taking your shoes off, really, getting in, pulling out, dead plants and really getting grounded. There's something out there in the collective that people are feeling like they need to be grounded. And it
Mhm.
feels like, sometimes I feel like when Mercury or planets go in retrograde, we start the blame game, right? We don't really heed the warning or follow through with the gifts that it has to offer. We
Mhm.
push against it, shit happens, and it's like, oh, it was fucking Mercury in retrograde. Sorry, I
Yeah,
dropped the F.
yeah, yeah.
But let's use this time with the energy that it's there to support us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting when you get on social media, people are like, look at all the problems I have, and it's because of the retrograde. And I mean, it's kind of easy to blame all of your problems on retrograde planets, but it's more of an opportunity to go within and take stock of what's going on in your life. That's the main function of retrograde energy. And like I said, there's 6 planets in retrograde right now, and 4 of them are coming out of retrograde the middle of October. So again, this is when we're going to start to see a lot of these big shifts that we're talking about, that kind of earthquake energy.
Mid-October.
Mid-October, yeah.
Okay. All
The
right. So
second,
how did
in fact, the second week in October.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Well, that's not too far away. That feels doable.
Yeah.
So do you want to add anything else before we let people go find their how to yes, pull a card. And I'm
Okay.
going to
Well, I
put
just,
below, links for Jeremy and I if you want to get your astrology readings, book them through Jeremy. I'll provide a link, or if you want to reach out to me, I'm scheduling chart readings. The Chinese New Year is coming up at the end of or at the beginning of February. This is starts to be a busy time for us feng
yeah.
shui astrologer folk.
Yeah.
So get on our schedules if that's something that you're wanting to do, because I've just had 4 in the last 2 days, so it's
Yeah,
booking
me
up.
too. I've had a lot of people booking this week. I think people are excited for New Year energy just to kind of set their goals and to set I don't I don't like to I don't like to use uh what are they, New Year's resolutions. I don't set resolutions. I like to make a goal list or do a vision board. So getting a reading is great for setting your intentions for the new
Mhm.
year.
And I think
Um,
another theme I'm seeing in people that are reaching out for chart readings is typically people's like, "Oh," in the past, it's like, "I wanna know me." Like, they wanna know who they are. People are wanting direction. They're wanting some guidance right now.
yeah.
And these charts, yes, you're gonna get to know who you are, and that helps inform the path that you're on and these yearnings that you're having, or these things that you're releasing this year. And people are seeking new guidance, new direction, something else.
Yeah. If you're
Mhm,
trying to make a big decision, if you're trying to decide if you're at a fork in the road and you need to go this way or you need to go this way, these charts give a lot of insight as to which way you should go.
mhm. Okay, so you're gonna pull a card for us
Okay,
to
so I just
start
I
off.
I just shuffled once and three actually flew out of the deck. The first one is the regeneration card.
Oh,
So
geez, it
this
starts with
this
the
is
R-E.
perfect. RE, regenerate. We're gonna, again, we're going within and we're really taking stock of what it is that we need to let go of in order to move forward. And regeneration to me is kind of like a time to rest. It's kind of like a time to kind of hunker down and do the things that fill you up, that
Mhm,
fill up your emotional energy, your spiritual energy, and a lot, I think, most importantly, your physical energy.
mhm.
Um, the peace card. We've pulled this card before, so it's going to be a month where, regardless of the shifts that are coming, the big shifts that are coming, staying grounded, like Tina was talking about, taking your shoes off and grounding in Mother Earth, really, really finding peace in whatever storm is going to be swirling.
That's what the dog wants. He wants
Yeah,
peace at home because he's the empath. He just wants everybody to get along. He wants everybody to be happy and joyful and want to go on walks together. He doesn't
yeah,
like the tension. Oh, that's beautiful. That
yeah.
just warms my little dog's heart.
Me too. I have a dog in my chart too, and so yeah, that these cards are making me really excited. And then the
Mhm.
final card is by the book. You see
Mm.
how all of those animals are kind of lining up? The image that I get in my head for this card is there's going to be some structure around this month. There's going to be some things that we need to do, a step one, a step two, a step three. And sometimes we end up wanting to go from uh, A to Z, but it's important to do B, C, D, E, and so on. So with this young earth energy and those brakes kind of being slammed on, we want to take things one step at a time, one day at a time. Because as we do that, we're going to find a peaceful place to be in this month so that
Mhm.
we can regenerate.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thanks, my friend. I love
Thank
you.
you. It's good to see
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye
You
bye.
too.